Grape is a wine business, and it's called Humble Grape because I developed a passion for wine about 10 years ago, and I was telling you about my friend in Paris who taught me how to mix the wine and food thing. And I came back to London, and I was really into wine, and I'd go into a wine shop, and there was always someone massively snooty if I got something slightly wrong, like I didn't know that Chablis was Chardonnay or something like that. They would just talk down to you and make you feel like really uncomfortable.
Yes. Oh, God.
You're in a wine shop or a restaurant, and you're trying to order some wine, and you just feel like a complete idiot. So I thought, okay, and then I went online, I looked at all the websites and stuff, and you've got like, these big wine companies with Her Majesty's seal on, and it's got like thousands of years of tradition. And there's a guy in a smoking jacket selling you a case of wine for 50 grand. And I'm like, that's not what it's about, is it? It's about, why don't we take this to a slightly different level? Why don't we give people, everyday people who are developing a passion for this, let's give them access to it. Let's explain it to them on their terms and let them enjoy it. So the name came to me, Humble Grape, something relaxed and chilled. It's not like the pompous grape. Come here there and be humiliated. It's more like, it's grape juice. Yeah,
People
really
were
well
standing
said.
on these grapes a while back.
It's grape juice. So let's bring it down a level, and let's make it accessible. And so what we do is, I've been around all over the world tasting wine at different vineyards in Australia, South Africa, all over France, and I have a huge passion for French wines, Italy, Spain. I'm mostly old world, but what we try and do is, and over the last 10 years, I've discovered a lot of what people call the benchmark wines. So you'll have a white Burgundy that's 35, 40 pound a bottle, Pouligny Montrachet. People love that, and there's many different ways of pronouncing it. So if you say Montrachet, then it's a bit of an insult. You should really say Montrachet.
Man, tricky language.
There's a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, so we'll find a benchmark wine like that, and then we'll look for wines all around the region or close by that are like half the price and are just as good quality but don't have the branding.
Don't have the branding, did you say?
Don't have the branding, and they don't have the big name. And they don't have these big suppliers and distributors, and they don't have the big marketing machine behind it. So you get it from the farmer for 10 quid and you sell it in London for 12. Whereas the other model is you'll buy it you'll buy it from the vineyard in France for like 15, 20 quid. And then it'll come over here and you add all the marketing and the branding and everything and all the distribution costs, and all the guys are getting their palms greased all the way through. And when you look again, it's like 60 quid a bottle. And then I put my 15 quid bottle next to that 60 quid bottle. The quality is the same. Sometimes mine is even better, but it doesn't have the branding. It doesn't have the brand awareness and doesn't have everything else behind it. But it's extremely good quality for what it is. And to top that off, we select small vineyards, like family owned, because that if there's a man and his wife and some of the children and some of the people that have been working with them all their lives on 2 or 3 hectares of land with their vines, that's what they live and breathe. They love that. They respect that. They can be so much better at doing that than any big brand that's got 500 hectares and a bunch of people that they're whipping around to do stuff, and they're trying to manufacture a wine almost. Whereas the wines that we do are more living, breathing. They have personality. They're not always the same. A lot of wine companies will try and create something that's consistently the same, tastes the same over and over again, to create a brand that the clients can be aware of. But most of the wines we sell and promote are different from year to year. Vintages are different, the years are different. Things are always going to be slightly different. They can't blend stuff in from all over the show to make them taste the same. It's about.
Do you have to go to one of his tastings?
I will. I really will.
I've been to so many wine tastings in the past, and used to go to Notting Hill, and they had these wine tastings, and you sit around, and the guy talks about how there's faint hints of leather and all this, and he's pronouncing it
mushrooms, forest floor.
James Wine, they spit it in a thing, and it was just, I just always felt. Yeah, like it was not the Humble Grape, it was the Reverend. They were just, it didn't feel like inviting. I went to James, and James gets up there, and I'll be like, what's a poulet fumé or something? He'll be like, dude, that's just a different name for, like, I'm probably getting this wrong, the Sauvignon Blanc grape, or that's the French way of saying the Chardonnay grape. Yeah. That's all it is. And I'll be like, oh, I get it. And he just breaks it down. It's like, look, if you like the wine or you don't, this is why we like it. And then he serves really good chorizo and cheeses, and it's just like, I just feel like I can really relate